And there is no question, as far as my faithfulness, my loyalty, and commitment and dedication, to what's to whom is due and what is due. And as far as like, being, let's say, everybody knows that lure Satan uses, and it's called offense. As a person, personally speaking, I don't get offended when I'm called names like lame and, things of the nature because it's true. I am lame, you know, but I'm lame on purpose though, because, God, see, God keeps a record, everything that we do for God on this side, we store that up in heaven after we go. And so, we have to conduct ourselves and be holy because God is holy. And we have to pursue righteousness because that's life again, Because I mean, actually the soul is all we really have. The flesh we are borrowing. And when we get to the other side, we go have to have some kind of inheritance. Because if we don't have no inheritance, or we don't have, a place in the book life, or we don't have no place in heaven, then there's nowhere else for us to go but the pit, because it's only those the two eternal places, and souls themselves are eternal because God created them, and God is eternal. So we pretty much setting up ourselves for success on the other side when we're trying to, you pursue righteousness on this side. You know what I mean? It's not no overnight thing though. It takes a growth. It takes a little time. And every day God spares somebody to wake up. It's another chance to get right. So it ain't never too late because there's still hope, you know? And so, as a person, I mean, I don't be offended by, those things because the truth. The truth doesn't offend me. Like I don't get upset, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But I'm content though. Like I have no shame, pride, or embarrassment. All of that was gone. It's stripped away from me. You know. So I mean, I'm just now the way I see myself is it's all about God. I wanna be holy because God is holy, and I love God because He first loved me. You know, and that's just who I am and what I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow spiritually more and more every day. You know, and I find that without the Word, it's impossible because the flesh in itself is in contrary to God's purposes. So we have to tame our own flesh and align it to the purposes of the Lord. So yeah, that's how it is. You know what I mean? I'm fine, man. You have to look out for offense. Don't be offended by just anything, because that's how the devil he tries to tempt you with offense. And you can't allow offense to eternalize, like take root inside your psyche and your soul. You know. But on another note, yeah, man, these are the types of recordings that I wanted to move into. I'm not combative with spiritual warfare intense nature, but enlightenment, things from the spirit of God, things in his righteousness that align to his holy word. Not beating nobody down, not badgering, not bashing. My intentions are the intentions of God, not my own intentions. And just like when I had a lot of my old recordings and then I have them posted, but I did that because and I do that for reasons of my own. Like it's for God, but it's for reasons of my own. God told me like it's like it's a way to gauge one's own progress, because then I know how it was, where I came from, and then I can't forget. But that's not indicative of where I am and who I am today as a person. You know, I went through, but I mean that changed the outlook on life and the viewpoint on life and the way I see, the world forever, you know. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it was necessary, you know, for the time or the seasons that God allows that, you know, because there's nothing under the sun that happens without God knowing. But most of which He's already prophesied already. So, and that's one thing about it. The Bible, the Word, it's alive. You know, if you're anybody with the Spirit and activated, it's alive. You know, it's physically it appears to be like old literature, but spiritually, anybody with the Spirit knows it's alive. It's living. The Word is living and it's taking place all around us. You know, the good parts and then the direct parts, the parts that is not particularly, popular, with us in the flesh, because it convicts our flesh and it forces us to observe ourselves and to change ourselves on the inside. And so that's why it's not really, you know, popular like that, because that's what it's doing. It's forcing us to. It convicts our spirit when necessary, when applicable, when it's evident that a change needs to be made. And, but at the same time, the word saves lives, though. You know, it saves spiritualized. And so when you grow that off that enthusiasm for what's right, then you find yourself, gravitating more towards that path. Trying to align and obey the will of God and then the word. But yeah, this is, I'm gonna say it's like it's a new season, spiritual season, but at the same time it's also a continuation because this is an example right here, just like a reflection of where, the trajectory's headed, like where the perspective is set and where the focus, mainly is. And it's always gonna be on alignment, and it's just and it's like everybody has, that thorn, that thorn. For me, the thorn was like, well, right now, as far as like getting caught up with myself, that's the thorn because I have things that I got. Like I said, I have so much unreleased material that it ain't funny. I got thousands of quotes, published and they accessible online, but I got thousands that's not even published, and it's big, but not all of it is mandatory. Just the only thing that's truly mandatory in this world is the word of God, and that's because the flesh is temporary, but the spirit is unseen. It sets us right spiritually, because that's gonna last forever. The Bible is more valuable than anything I ever can do. You know, that's just the truth. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of changes, intra personally, extra personally. Intro personally, but intro, yeah, like it's just pretty much external, internal, like a lot of change is taking place. But yeah, be on the lookout for offense, man. That's particularly, that's one thing that the enemy, which is Satan is the enemy of all humans. You know, even though like he don't say hates humans just because God created them. All human, don't be deceived. Satan not on nobody's side, man. You know, the devil is not on nobody's side but itself. But yeah, listeners, here's, be blessed. You know, Happy New Year. Bye.